12. Mermaid Sightings Explained.
Welcome to Crypto Fun Fridays.
Number 12. Mad Mermaids. Construction on 2 essential reservoirs in Zimbabwe was halted in 2012 when the crew claimed that mermaids were scaring them away from the worksite, and many workers refused to return. There are no actual photos available, but you can see an artist's impression of the creatures in this illustration from the Daily Mail. Samuel Nkomo, the Zimbabwe Minister of Water Resources, said the only solution was to brew traditional beer and perform any ceremonies that might placate the spirits. And speaking of spirits, maybe someone just wanted a party, right? But it evidently worked, as construction did resume on the reservoir. Number 11. The Orang Icon. During World War II, in the Kei Islands of Indonesia, Japanese soldiers encountered strange creatures playing in the water or showing up on beaches. They were described as mer-beings, or possibly mermaids and mermen. You can see a depiction of one of these creatures in this picture from mysteriousuniverse.org. Obviously, these were not the nice Disney-type mermaids with cute tails and all. These creatures reportedly stood nearly 5 feet tall, with hands and feet that were webbed, and the fish-like mouths were filled with spiny teeth. Native people of the islands were aware of the creatures and called them Orang Icon, or man-fish. After examining the body of a dead creature, a sergeant tried to bring in zoologists from Japan to investigate, but couldn't find anyone willing to do so. Think we'll ever know what the Orang Icon really were? Number 10. Florida mermaid. These pictures from Snopes.com feature a creature that was claimed to be a mermaid or an extraterrestrial or a sea monster and was supposedly located anywhere from Mexico to the Philippines. Now, as you may have guessed, this is not a mermaid or any other mythical creature. It turned out to be the very real work of an artist who spun a tale about finding this creature while traveling through remote areas of Florida. Maybe it qualifies as some sort of artistic expression. Number 9. Polish mermaid. In 2012, men in biohazard suits pulled a creature that resembled a mermaid from a river in Poland. At least, it looked like a mermaid in the video posted on YouTube. Now, some people thought it looked like a merman. Well, according to that video that you can find on YouTube, this is indeed a hoax, but kind of a creative one. It appears this all may have been staged as part of a festival in Warsaw, which is called New Varsovians as translated into English. Now, because the mermaid is Warsaw's symbol, organizers of the event made this as a kind of promotional video for that event. What do you think? Sound reasonable to you? Number 8. Hawaiian Mermaid. Along a beach of Kilauea Falls in Hawaii, a body was found that some insisted was the corpse of an actual mermaid. Now you can see that picture right here from viralnext.com. The pictures showed a creature with a human-like head and torso with the lower body of a fish. Now this mermaid is actually a prop made for the movie Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides. Bet you saw that one, right? Well, the folks at hoaxslayer.com dug up all the dirt and even found pictures of the original sculptures upon which this mermaid hoax was based. Whatever would Captain Jack Sparrow say? Number 7. Mermaids, the Body Found. A pseudo-documentary that aired on Animal Planet detailed the federal government supposedly covering up the existence of mermaids. It worked as speculative science fiction and had video sequences that used obvious CGI, along with disclaimers regarding the show's purpose and intents. But many viewers were irked that the channel didn't clearly establish what was fake and what was real in the story. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, or NOAA, which was referenced in the program, was compelled to post a page to the website that stated no evidence of aquatic humanoids has ever been found. Well, that should settle the matter once and for all, right? Number 6. Real-life Little Mermaid. A 2-year-old girl in Peru named Milagros Cerón was known as the Little Mermaid after being born with cyranomyelia, a rare congenital defect also known as mermaid syndrome, which occurs in 1 out of 70,000 births. You can see in this picture from the Daily Mail that it causes the victim's legs to be connected from heel to groin, with the feet splayed out, resembling the mythical creature. In 2006, 2 weeks after undergoing successful surgery to separate her legs, the little girl managed to walk without assistance. Number 5. Dugongs. Related to manatees, they share a similar appearance and behavior, although the dugong's tail is more fluked, not unlike a whale's. Despite the size, growing up to 10 feet long and weighing around half a ton, many believe it was this creature, not the manatee, that inspired ancient stories of mermaids and sirens. Could it be because the dugong is a bit more svelte than its relative, the manatee? Maybe or maybe not. Number 4. Israeli mermaid. In Kiryat Yam, Israel, there's a mermaid that supposedly appears at sunset. In 2013, a man named Shlomo Cohen told the Israeli National News that he claimed to see a woman on the beach who at first seemed to be just another sunbather. As he and some friends approached, the woman suddenly jumped in the water and disappeared. But the big shocker? This woman supposedly had a tail. Think it sounds fishy? Well, because of the many mermaid sightings reported, Kiryat Yam offered a $1 million reward to the first person who can provide conclusive footage that captures a real mermaid. And to be honest, the reward is thought to be more of a marketing scheme for tourism, but a video did surface on YouTube that claimed to show the mysterious mermaid. Many people, however, think that this was a fake that featured some bad CGI and some bad acting. What do you believe? Number 3. Manatees. Along with dugongs, manatees have often been mistaken for mermaids. While sailing through Haiti, even Christopher Columbus got up close and personal with what he believed to be a mermaid. He was close enough to record that they, quote, were not as pretty as they are depicted, for somehow in the face they look like men, end quote. Christopher must have been thinking of a rather ugly fellow. Somehow he didn't notice he was looking at an animal which is believed to have been a West Indian manatee. The creatures can weigh up to 1,300 pounds and grow to around 13 feet long, which would make for a pretty intimidating mermaid. Number 2. Mermaid mummies, also known as Fiji mermaids. These objects were a common sight at popular sideshow carnivals in Japan, especially in the 18th and 19th centuries. This turned into an art form unto itself as fishermen perfected techniques for stitching heads and upper bodies of juvenile monkeys onto fish bodies. You can see an example of one in this photo from paranormalstories.com. The final product purported to represent a creature that was half mammal and half fish. The term Fiji mermaid originated when an American sea captain claimed to have caught a mermaid near the Fiji Islands in the 19th century after buying it from Japanese sailors. Number 1. Bulgarian mermaid skeleton. In 2012, the ancient skeleton of a mermaid was unearthed near a Bulgarian beach. A lot of people were convinced this skeleton dated before the flood 8 millenniums ago. That's 8,000 years. As it turned out, on Snopes.com, this isn't a skeleton at all, mermaid or otherwise. It was the product of a double photo manipulation. A real photograph of a human skeleton was excavated in Ireland. Then someone digitally replaced the leg bones with a skeletal tail structure. That image was later altered to digitally insert Professor Dimitrov, who supposedly unearthed the supposed mermaid skeleton. Sometimes you just can't believe your own eyes.
See you next week on Crypto Fun Fridays.